This is Lansdowne ROAR, the voice of the fans, and a big welcome back here to Lansdowne Road, where the Republic of Ireland have drawn 1-1 with Senegal. It was all so close to another victory for the boys in green. Senegal are now 21 games undefeated, but there you have it.
What are Ireland? Come on.
3 games undefeated.
Yes.
So 3 games undefeated for the boys in green. Positive.
I'd love to know when the last time that actually happened. When have we last won 3 games undefeated?
You'd probably have to go back to...
No, we've got to go back to last year. Didn't we draw with Belgium, Switzerland, and then beat Hungary here too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually I thought that was...
Why not?
Actually, never mind that.
Never mind that. Yeah, there you go. Connor's just debunked his own stats. Christ. So there you have it. Casey McAteer, his first start for Ireland, man of the match as well. And then, of course, Sarah in the 82nd minute with the equaliser. Encouraging performance there, guys. I want to get your comments in. If you're watching at home, wherever you are watching all around the world, if you're on your way back from the game, want to hear from you. Before we get started, of course, do not forget, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, head over to the Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter account. And head up to Lansdowne ROAR for opinion. Lansdowne ROAR for opinion. Opinion.
What are you spouting?
I don't know. I'm off my head on ibuprofen because my ankle's mangled. But no, So I want to get your comments involved. I want to get your comments, I should say. It is Irish football's most interactive podcast, so get involved. We want to hear from you guys. We're going to be live for about next 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Forever, until he kicks us out. It's actually happened to me before where the lights have gone. But anyway. So, Connor, what do you think of that? Republic of Ireland 1-1. Casey McAteer, man of the match. His first start for the boys in green. He did well.
He was the best player on the pitch. I think that was obviously a very, very good game. Like one of many. I thought Ireland were decent. I thought they had kept Senegal chances to a minimum. They probably could have scored more. I know Smallbone had a chance in the second half. He could have passed it wide to Manning, or he could have just, the effort was kind of straight at the keeper. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with the performance. I'm a bit disappointed by the fact we conceded in the end, but I'm not going to take too much negativity towards it because, like, I think we'd rang in the changes. The system had changed. I think the big thing I took away from that, I don't think 2 up top works. I know it was like a 3-4-2-1 in possession, which we've done a lot, but I just don't think when you have Ferguson and Ida there together, both of them want to play as a number 9, and then one of them ends up kind of sacrificing a bit. You could see Ferguson's class, in fairness, when he came on. Yeah. But I don't think he can play them together, as I've said to you before. I just don't think he can play them two together. I know it's technically Ferguson was a number 10. But I was happy Ryan Manning was okay.
I thought he was good, yeah.
He was. The thing is, he's always going to be somewhat limited when he's playing in that role for Ireland. But I think he gave everything. He done some nice things. He's quality on the ball. I just don't think in the long run we're going to see him play there for Ireland. I just don't think he's good enough going forward or can't take a man on. But in terms of the system, I liked it 3-4-2-1 when we set up an attack because it suits Matt Doherty kind of sitting as an extra centre back. Brady's a lot better when he can push up a bit. And Brady wasn't. I don't think he was great tonight, but I don't think he was bad. He just didn't do really much. And then McAteer was excellent. That kind of like wing back role up. It's going to be a lot of competition now between himself, Festi, and Ogbene come September for that role. Or you could easily either play one of them on the left side, but they're all better on the right. The midfield too, I thought Knight was very, very good. Yeah. His ability, as I've said, he is the best player in the world at winning free kicks.
Like Duffer.
There is no one better in midfield. I think the amount of times you see a midfielder get a ball under pressure and they don't know what to do. Knight just is so composed on it that he can just put his back in the defender and go drop to the ground. Small one was decent. He had a good first half. I thought Jack Taylor had a good first half. He did a lot of dirty work running around the place, putting a lot of work in. Killian Phillips done a lot of dirty work when he came on. I was impressed by that. But yeah, I'm somewhat happy. Like if this was a qualifier and we had dropped a point there, I would have been devastated. But because it's a friendly against a very good side, who, in fairness, they weren't great. In fairness, we looked the better side for most of the game. Yeah. I think the second half, Ilman and Jai showed his class a bit, but no, I'm somewhat quite happy.
Yeah, I'd go with a lot of that. What do you think at home? Do you agree? We'll kind of get your comments in. I see coming. Kieran Boyle, welcome back. Haven't heard from you for a while in sunny Florida. Yeah, tell us what you think. Do you agree with kind of? I do. I thought it was very encouraging. I thought, Manning had a. I thought what I liked about it was, I think this is the first time you're really seeing an Ireland team the way Heimer wants you to see an Ireland team. Quite tough to beat, physical. Like this was a friendly only by name. It was a very physical game, actually. Surprised someone didn't get sent off. I thought the Swedish ref let it go. He did let it go.
He only gave the cards at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, because it got a bit touchy towards the end. You saw it up the free. It was never a free kick against Phillips. It was never a free kick. He blocked it, and then he kind of rolled into him, but whatever. And then Adamita, because I've never seen that before, where the two lads were trying to block. I hate that in football sometimes, that cynical side of it, but they were trying to block the sight line of Caoimhin Kelleher, who thought had an excellent game, great touch onto.
Some save.
Yeah, he's superb. Brentford have got an absolute steal there. I liked it. I thought we were strong. I thought we were disciplined. We were rigid. What I liked about it was we were getting the ball forward, and we were trying to play ball in their half, trying to play around their box. A little bit, a little bit of old school. But nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You can play some good football. Just play it in and around their box. Don't be silly. We didn't really make it. Got a bit tired towards the end. You have to remember these are players that have had, especially Nathan Collins, Jason Knight, played every minute of every game for the clubs, in the leagues anyway, and got a bit tired towards the end. The substitutions diluted it a bit, I thought, which I think is only natural to happen. So no, I think it's an excellent performance.
I think that goal shouldn't have counted. I don't know what Senegal player, but was in Kelleher's line of vision.
Apparently, for the initial shot, it was. No, there was no VAR. I thought it was VAR.
No, it's not in the friendly. No.
Yeah, no, that was my mistake. But one of many. But apparently, according to Stephen Kelly on commentary on RTE, I was also listening to it on RTE, because he was in the sight of Kelleher, but for the first shot.
But there only was one shot.
And no, it was when it went back out, it was a rebound, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we're on about for the initial shot, which if that was in a Premier League match, that would have been given because it's still a bit. It's the right before he scored. So I don't know what Stephen Kelly's on about there. It was just clear.
Ask him. He's over it. Is he over it? No,
I don't know. I seen him down in the pitch before the match.
Steve!
No, it's the initial shot. The initial shot, which Kelleher saved, which came out to whoever's to Ismaila Sarr. It's not. I'm not too worried about it. But I do think I seen Barry Murphy, the ex League of Ireland goalkeeper, said 100% line of vision. Because the thing is, when you look at something like that's quite a straightforward shot for Kelleher, and he kind of just flicks.
I agree.
He kind of flicks his left leg out at the last second because it's the ball. He sees the ball leave.
Yeah.
So if that was a World Cup qualifier, and that was a Premier League match, you'd easily say definitely offside.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it's iffy. But I'll be honest with you, lads out there. Don't know how you feel about it. Did you feel it was goal? Do you think it was iffy? I mean, they've changed the rules of offside so much. You don't really know what anymore. You need bullet points and all of this. For me, it looked offside. For me, yes. Because
we're not doing this, we're not going to lose sleep over it. We're just saying it is definitely. You just want consistency. And when you're not going to get VAR, you're not going to get consistency really at all.
Encouraging, very encouraging for the boys of Green. I thought, as I said, very, very pleased with it. Were you pleased with the performance? This is a very good side, the Senegal team. They haven't lost a game now in 20 matches. They haven't lost a game. Back to 2022, I think it is, where they last lost a game. They got knocked out of the AFCON.
And, the reality is, Jackson didn't start. Sarr didn't start. Koulibaly didn't start. Kamara didn't start. But they have a lot of strength and depth. And that kind of goes to highlight why they've been so successful. You're not going to go that many. I know they lost on penalties, but in terms of 90-minute games, they haven't lost in 22. So it shows you can't go that many games unbeaten and not be a very good side. So they're probably a bit like I don't know, you wouldn't say England, but they're like one of them countries that no matter who they put out in the pitch, it's always going to be a good player. But yeah, I think everyone was delighted. It was great to see Killian Phillips make his debut. First ever player from Kilbarrack to play for Ireland, which is good for his community, and his story coming from playing Leinster Senior League at 15, 16 to to then somehow being an Ireland international by the time he's 22. And like, there's a lot of lads he's overtaken in the pecking order to get himself in this position, which is only credit to him. And I thought he done very well when he came on. Like, it wasn't like he done anything special, but he's like what you'd say, like a modern day James McLean in terms of his passion and his love for Ireland. You can just tell it means everything to be on the pitch today. And I would love to see his reaction right now if you went to speak to him. I'd say he's on cloud 9 but he's deserved this moment, in fairness. And it's another option in midfield, which we do need, and we do lack in midfield, like a lot. So no, it was good to see. It was good to see so many lads get minutes, like, and especially going into Luxembourg, they'll take a lot of positives from it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Now we got Luxembourg. What would he do? Would he? Robbie Brady, by the way, I think apparently, according to the commentary team, wanted to come off. He was getting ready for rugby. He was. I said it to you, didn't he? There was one. I don't know if you guys saw that, the one for Raw Faithful, where he just booted the ball.
Yeah.
Into he just booted the ball into touch. This is rugby. And then I was like, okay, what was that about? And then all of a sudden, he signaled to the bench, like, get me off. So I don't know. He's probably not going to play against Luxembourg. I don't know, guys. If you see it there,
could be a debut for Josh Honohan. Probably the most likely thing is Ryan Manning starts at left back, which I would like. I don't want to see Liam. I know Liam Scales come on at left back, but I do not want to see Liam Scales play at right back. Or left back, sorry. He's not good enough at left back.
No. Someone questioned he was an international law. Sorry.
But in fairness to Liam Scales, he had a good season. But that's as a centre half. Hopefully we'll see himself and Omobama Deli as the two centre halves on Tuesday, and we'll see maybe Jake O'Brien play right back. So then the thing is, you want to keep lads happy, especially. Like, that's a big thing with these games. You're bringing them away from holidays and stuff. I know you say you're still playing for your country, but you don't want to be coming to 2 games and just sit on the bench the whole time. Even if you get 10, even like Conan and Selby would be happy to get 20 minutes across the 2 games. So if they can get to start that back four that I said there and get Honohan half an hour or 20 minutes, I'd say.
Do you know start Honohan? It's only Luxembourg.
I would. But
I joke.
I know I would, but I just expect him not to throw in a League of Ireland lad just like that. It would be a great thing if he did. But it's just a lot of pressure probably on Honan. But if he did, I'd be delighted.
Yeah, no, I would too. But he's probably, I'll say there's a lot of tired players there. I'll be shocked if Robbie Brady plays, but I reckon, yeah, you're right. Manning will come on. But, Casey McAteer, fantastic again. Evan Ferguson did well. I thought I loved Collins' physicality, by the way. I thought he really wasn't getting bullied around. It was a very physical game. And I did say, like, Senegal, very fast, physical side. Did show their class when some of the power came on, didn't it, in the second half in terms of some of the bigger players. But I thought, they were trying to bully the Irish lads. They stuck up. What I have to say is now you can see the progression of this Ireland team. Look, we're not getting carried away, right? We haven't won. This is a very good side, okay, but they did rest some players. But still, there was a couple of moments towards the end, a little bit of a lapse in concentration, you'd argue, but. This team has been brittle for so long, mentally, physically very brittle. And they looked assured, they looked disciplined, well-drilled. You can see what it means to have, like, a bit of time with them.
Do you know what? Sorry, something that I can take away from that is a big thing is we can now come away from that game today. And I know I probably contradict myself saying this, but we can look at that and say, Josh Cullen doesn't have to start every single game in midfield no matter what. We've shown that. He said yes, he sees Will Smallbone as a more of a forward-thinking midfielder, but I honestly think he's better sitting deeper, which he's done for Southampton quite a lot. I think he's better sitting deeper, and because he's just how good he is of a right foot and that he can dictate play. But it shows that Cullen doesn't have to start because Knight was very good, I thought. And then when you come September, like in that left 10 or right 10 role, like I'd imagine it'll be you still have to start. Actually, you kind of have Festi or Ogbene, or even you could have Ogbene and McAteer starting on like that right hand side, and then it leaves Azaz to come in on the left pocket, you would say, as such, and then you wouldn't really have to worry about Manning getting thrown out of position.
We give the makings of a very decent side.
Yeah, people go, I can't believe, but if you look at that side today, add in Azaz, add in Ogbene, Festi when he's fully fit, even if Cullen probably will start, but even if he did start, it's still a great option to have on the bench because he'll be playing in the Premier League week in, week out next year, and a fully fit Ferguson, is a big upgrade on Ida. He'd done a lot of. I think he put in a lot of work.
See you, John.
He put in a lot of.
He was waving at me, not you.
He put in a lot of good work today. But he kind of just he was doing a lot of runs for the sake of it when probably wasn't on, and it probably was quite frustrating for him. He did look tired at the end. I don't know why he played 90 minutes. I thought when Moran came on, I thought Moran should have came on from him, and Adamida.
We can do. We'll do that after, will we?
I'll probably be too late, but I'll text him.
Yeah. Sorry.
What I was going to say? Go on, Dave. What were you going to say?
Sorry, I just got a WhatsApp there. Brendan, I'll say nothing.
You're talking about Adamida.
Yeah, no, Adamida. Yeah, I don't think he had a great game. I thought this was a game about the wide players. Really, it was very encouraging. You know, I loved watching Casey McAteer. Just, you know, he didn't go forward. He went back. He was getting involved. He was winning the ball back. He was tidying up and moving forward. It was a very much assured performance. I think on this, we are missing a few key players like Izaz and, you know, Cullen arguably as well. But I like it now. Hopefully, got a bit of competition for Cullen. You know, we've got a decent side here. And we just need to grow in confidence.
I actually really do like the 3-4-2-1 that we're sticking with.
It worked.
I think it works very well. The people go on paper, it's a 4-4-2, but when you watch it in play, like you do see a lot of modern teams when they are in a defensive structure, they go into a 4-4-2, and I think the 4-4-2 defensively works perfectly. And then once we have a bit of build up of play, and it helps you we retain a lot more possession when we're kind of in that 3-4-2-1 rather. If we played a 4-3-3, it would be a lot more end to end of a game, but which I don't think really suits what has suited this Ireland team. So no, I think even having Jack Taylor kind of playing higher up, and he kind of put in all the dirty work, and he kind of did stuff we only seen up here.
Yeah, and he's going to be playing regularly in the first
we hope so, because
championship.
The thing is, he didn't really play last season in the championship, and he played a lot more in the Premier League than he played last season in the championship.
Yeah,
but I do think it does show will play a lot next season.
I think so. He's a very good player. He's never had a bad game in Green. To be fair to him, he was excellent in Greece. I know he lost. I thought he did very well. Yeah. So very encouraging there, Roar Faithful. Thank you. Just under 700 of you watching us tonight. Late. Oh, Seagulls just had a. See, what is this story with all the Seagulls here?
Brighton, get out of here, will you?
It's like, I feel like I'm in the Amex.
Look at all Evan Ferguson's flying about.
And Annie Morans. Yeah, at the moment they're hold on, I'll show you here. They're scrubbing the you can see over there, they're getting the rugby stuff on. And they're scrubbing away. Fucking Seagulls. Look at these bastards. I was sitting in Conley Street Station. Sorry, Conley Station. Amy Street Station, my granddad used to always call it. Conley Station, and I was trying to have my wrap in peace. Food, and I wasn't trying to wrap.
Yeah.
And I just saw the seagull sort of like sitting over my shoulder. And you know, the people on the train like opposite must have thought this lunatic. I was like with a wrap in hand, just chasing after. Get away! Mayo all over me. Anyway, right. We're gonna get to the comments, guys. Thank you very much. 700 of you watching here tonight. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Head out to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We will be in Luxembourg. We're flying out on Sunday. We are going to Luxembourg. We're going to be live over there. If you see us over there, do say hello to Roar Faithful. We love you guys. You're absolutely amazing. Apologies again for the old sound problems. I can tell that it's all good.
There's no sound problems this one. People who are watching this one didn't watch the last one will be so confused.
Yeah, just ignore what I said. Right. Here we go.
Just subscribe.
I like the new graphics here. What do you think? It's tidy, isn't it?
No. Yes. Tidy. What about the other one? What about the very bottom banner?
What about the very bottom banner?
If you scroll down. Oh, have you deleted it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you deleted
it. Do you mean this one, Connor? Dave is the best.
That's just cringe. Like that.
Yeah, you see, Connor.
You're a weirdo.
See, Connor. If you watch the last live that we did the other night, where I made a cameo at the end. Connor had, Dave should be banned from the pod. But what he didn't realize was I deleted it and I replaced it with this. So fuck you.
You're talking audio hours, like why would you erase it? Like you could have just said something about like Martin.
You're snapping, yeah. Trying to erase it.
Nice ankle.
Trying to erase it.
How's your ankle doing?
Not very well, by the way. For a bit of context, I was on my way to getting the bus, and I turned my ankle over, and it is bad, isn't it? You saw it is bad, and it was coming out of my mate's house in Swords, and I turned my ankle. I was literally on the ground, and I was thinking, Christ, how am I going to get on the bus? I missed my bus, and it was really bad. I thought I broke it. I heard it crack. I felt it crack. And I thought I've broken it. I think it's just a bad sprain. And I just texted my mate and said, by the way, when I left your house, I done my ankle in, and your neighbours are bastards. Because no one came to see me. Like, I was rolling around. Like, fucking. Anyway.
You're such a woman. You're rolling around. Like
oh, shut up. Anyway, right. Let's go.
I just saw another news. Hungary lost Sweden tonight 2-0.
Interesting.
At home. So they can do one, and they're going to get done here in September.
Well, encouraging. Obviously, that's a whole different, literally a whole different ball game. Speaking of which,
I wonder if Rolling Stone on tonight. Just
Rolling Stone.
I wonder if he's on tonight, just because I'd say he's probably crying right now. Iceland beat Scotland 3-1 at Hampden Park, and Lennon Miller was playing.
Was that a qualifier?
No, it was just friendly.
Okay. No,
but still, Heimer Hallgrimsson has taken over even his country.
He has. Right, let's get into the comments, guys. Thank you very much. You won this fucking keypad. Kieran Button, Mother Jesus, another 1-1. We must lead the world in 1-1 draws in the last 20 years. Not great. Good man, Kieran. By the way, Kieran, you know what I want to hear? Oh, it's a shtick. No. Palestinian American. I'd take that result with every day. I would take that result every day of the week. Great tune up to have friendlies like these. Come on, you boys. Agree. Good man, Paddy. And he continues. Killian Phillips is the first American-born player for Ireland since Joel appeared in 2007. Well, he said he's killed Barrick. You're saying he's a Yank.
Because that's our good friend. That's Tootie Corn. That's our good friend. Writes for us.
I know he is. I know he
American. Well, Killian Phillips isn't. He was just born in America. It's not like he was brought. He was just born there and then he came home. So I wouldn't say really. I think if you asked him, was he American? I think he'd probably slap it.
Send all your hate tweets to Rep Tracker. By the way, I'm on 2000, right, on Lansdowne Road. Right, I'm going to do a bit of begging, and I don't care. Norway hammered Italy in World Cup qualifier.
Yeah, Italy crap.
What score was that?
3-0 Norway.
I still haven't been given a fair. I'm on 2,999 Twitter followers. Come on, get us past this.
I might unfollow. Just
don't you? Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
You get 3,000 to 3,000.
Oh, you would.
Put your back down.
Spiteful. Cantonist cat. All that did ring fanny about during the double substitution caused concentration to go, and suddenly there you have it, 1-1. Thoughts, Ferguson? A joy to watch. Phillips got about well.
What was that? That happened? You know when Morn and Festi came on, there was like a delay. What was going on? It was like Festi came on, and then they waited a couple of seconds. Small Bones was just standing beside the side of the pitch.
I don't know. I didn't hear it in the commentary.
Well, you think you'd know, like when you had the commentary on you?
But he didn't say anything, did I?
Someone could say in the comments. Obviously, there was a reason why.
Say in the comments before he throws another fit, please. Nick, first half was excellent. Second half was okay, but Sills made us worse, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, but we take that and listen. If you're the manager, you're going to say, look, guys, very encouraging, fantastic. That's on me. I diluted the game, but. And it's a friendly. We need to see these guys. Killian Phillips made his debut. Fantastic. Kevin O, good performance. Just need to learn how to close out games. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, yet again, diluted, wasn't it?
How many changes did we make? Did we make 6 in the end?
Did we make what?
Did we make 6 changes? Or 5?
Scales, I think it was 5, wasn't it?
Scales, Morn, Festi, Ferguson, O'Brien. We did make 6.
Yeah, so 6 allowed. Shane Brown.
Phillips. Big 7 changes.
I mean, I was yet again.
You said 6.
RT said 6. He just wants to dig. Or is it the fact that you can't count?
It's 1 of the 2 anyway.
Go on, let's hear it.
Yeah, it was 6.
6, yeah. There you go.
I must have said Phillips twice.
There you go. You can count. Shane Brown, good man. Shane, legend. Very encouraging, great energy and work rate in the first half. Overall, fair result and continued progress under Heimer roll on Tuesday. Yeah, absolutely. It is progress. Good performance. You can see how well drilled we are. With more quality personnel in the starting 11 as Smolich, Fergie, Ogbeni, we can score goals. I would go with that. Absolutely. Collins will never fill you with 100% assurance in the green shirt. Phil's very erratic. Looked like a fan got on the pitch. Yeah. I mean, it was his debut, to be fair. No need to worry, though. He won't be in the squad in September. Oh, fishes. McConnell, great performance. He played without fear. Passes sticking. Concerted effort at the press and closing down for the full game rather than the first 10 minutes. Very enjoyable. That's true, isn't it? Well, you've seen a performance like that in the past under Heimer and even Kenny before that, where it just fizzles out after 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
again, it's getting better. We are going in the right direction. You know, we are. McAteer was fabulous. Best player in the pitch by a mile, says Nick. Have to agree there. Casey stole Benny's chain. Sorry. Still trying to get used to this crap Swedish.
Just use the arrow in the right hand side.
Yeah. Why is that? Sorry, folks. A bit of a technical issue. Casey stole Benny's chain. Okay. Good man, Winston. Jelly Bean. Darragh O'Shea, like, prime Gerard with some of them passes.
Gerard couldn't make them passes.
What would he? Were he going into touch, really?
Yeah.
Ed M, I'm liking this Heimer reign. It's encouraging for future. I did expect more from Senegal, but who cares? Decent performance from us. Well, I think we said it for a long time in this podcast. We just need a diligent coach. And we have a diligent coach. And he's square pegs and square holes. Ryan, Ireland really impressive tonight. Looking forward to Luxembourg game. Different style to Senegal. Yep. Jelly Bean, press performance against them, not considering we were missing some key players like Benny, Smodic, Cullen.
It's hard to fit all these players in one team, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got some strength and depth now. Still a bit that centre midfield position, but we've nice strength and depth. William Nevin, Casey McAteer, new wing back, either left or right. Will still include Festy. I want to see John Joe Finn. He can spread the play. Tony in LA, how you doing, Tony? Positive performance and a lot learned. That said, thought Queen Keller was very poor with his positioning play. Delivery, I thought he was very poor, and I'm a fan of Queen Keller. Fair enough. Harrison Dalglish, hi. Delighted that my score prediction was wrong. Respectable performance from the lads. Where did the fluidity go in the second half? It was similar to Bulgaria game that was away from home. Well, I think it was a friendly, and Harrison also, they brought on more, some better players, and I think it just kind of went, didn't it? Like it got to
Element. I actually decided he was going to do something in the second half. First half, he just didn't do that. Matt Doherty had him in his pocket. In the second half, but in fairness, it seemed like Njai in the second half kind of got like a free roll where he could just score every one. He drifted over to the right hand side a lot, and that's where their goal came from. Was him out in the right. In the first half, he kind of just stuck to the left mainly. So I think he I don't know whether he was given a free roll or he just decided F this. I'm not waiting on these rest of these play.
This. Why you say F this a lot? Has someone given out to you about your use of language in the pod?
I don't want us to get monetized. Demonetized.
Oh, I've done that. I thought it was Mammy McAvoy or something said anything.
No, I prefer to swear. You know when it just rolls off the tongue, but when you think it just kind of sounds worse because it makes you feel like a bad person. You know, if I was just in having a conversation and it just slipped out, and then instead of just naturally thinking it.
No. King Greeley, did Senegal change the system second half? They seem to find a bit of space between our defence and midfield in second half. I don't think they did they? I think they just felt
they did change something anyway. It definitely wasn't exact. I'd say it was the same formation, but they just made a few tweaks.
Your man with his laser guided missile behind us on the pitch, screaming instructions into the guy there was behind you, screaming instructions there.
Is that what he was doing? I didn't even know.
He had a radio. So I think that's like he was watching it and he was probably like
passed it on to the management.
Yeah. Dennis Grinnell, it was a very enjoyable game to watch. I'm not dreading watching this anymore. Kenny ruined watching Ireland for me for a few years. Ida is painful to see on the pitch. Heimer is certainly stamping his mark and has us playing like a decent side again. The only way up is up, and the confidence is coming back in both players and fans.
Where's Celtic Symphony?
Celtic, where are you, boy?
Did you think Guido was painful to watch?
Yeah, he didn't really contribute much, to be honest, except giving your man a shove at the end.
And he did. He gave out. He went mad at McAteer once for not crossing the ball to him.
Yeah, but he was in behind McAteer couldn't see him. He was in behind the defender. Like if you're in behind the defender, I've never played full time or professionally or at any decent level, but would you not just pull back? The defenders here, you pull back. He
didn't. He just kind of did. There was no sort of movement at all. Like there was it was just straight towards the goal. Like, but maybe if it was hung up in the air, maybe he might have attacked it. But I don't really blame McAteer for not putting it in. But
no.
In fairness, when you're a striker, you just want the ball put in the box. But he had really no service. In fairness, he can't think of one chance he had, he just didn't probably do enough. And I don't think he should have played 90 minutes, which isn't his own fault. There was a couple of balls he chased over the top towards the end, and he looked knackered. So I thought that they should have just made the switch of taking him off and bringing up when they brought on Moran and Festy instead of taking.
Yeah, I agree.
Manning that came off and Doherty. Doherty, I think Doherty came off.
Yeah. Let's move it on here. I want Ferguson to start against Luxembourg, but just didn't see what he did in this game. He's not great at pressing, so he's pretty useless out of possession. Interesting.
I thought he was very tidy on the ball when he came on. I thought he done well. I think you just see the class. You just see when the ball at his feet. You just know there's something he's capable of doing something. But it'll be interesting if because he took Doherty off early enough. He took some others off or quite early. Is he going to try and keep it quite the same for the second game? Is he only going to make 3, maybe 4 changes that are kind of like big ones? Like, is it bringing in Ferguson? Is it bringing in Festy rather than experimenting too much? Because he might think, we want to get a 1 win in this camp anyway, and I don't want to take too many risks.
Do you know what, though? I hope he goes full out. I'd like to see the experimental squad. I'd love to see Honohan left back. I'd love to see John Patrick make his debut. Phillips start. I'd love to see it. Just, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, this was the proper test here. Quality opposition. We've done well. Let's see what we've got. William Nevin, Killian Phillips are the best holding midfielder against Portugal away. This may be crucial.
He's not a holding midfielder.
Nick, technically brilliant though, so would be fantastic against lesser teams where we dominate possession.
Who is it?
Nick, I don't know what that's about.
Phillips.
I don't know. Keep the microphone to your bloody mouth.
I'm trying to figure out who he's on about.
Figure out how to keep the microphone to your mouth.
You figure out the walk properly. Luxembourg.
I know.
Luxembourg lost 1-0 tonight at home
to
Slovenia.
Oh. The goalies on
what?
Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? We played them Tuesday.
Yeah,
isn't
Tuesday.
It? Yeah. Technically brained though. Sorry. Next one. Harrison Dalglish. Andrew Moore isn't a winger, is he? Andrew Moran. Thought so. He got absolutely scrambled for the goal like a rare egg. I thought that Phillips was nifty.
Yeah, he did get done for the goal, but he isn't a winger. But I don't know who Andrew Moore is. But no, he should have done better for that. But in fairness, he was kind of drifted out wide to that and brought on for the last 10 minutes. Kind of a very hard game to get into. Especially because the last 10-15 minutes they kind of were on top. And you've seen when Sauer came on, probably Ireland probably dropped a yard because you don't want to give him any space in behind because he'll just destroy you. Like
fair, Mickey. Knight definitely deserves a PL move. Yeah.
If you notice the sudden, I don't know, I'm not saying Mitchie, but just people in general, a sudden like switch in attitude with people from the Jason Knight in the space of 1 game. Last Ireland game, it was
he's terrible.
He's terrible. He can't play for Ireland. He's not good enough to play for Ireland. And all of a sudden now, he definitely deserves to play in the Premier League. But I think he did show his class tonight. Maybe it's just a simple fact that him and Cullen just don't work together as a partnership.
Yeah, he looked excellent today.
I think it's himself and Smallbone have been playing football for Ireland together since under 15, under 16.
No, absolutely. Jetty Bean, could see either getting a move to the Premier League, turning out to be a very handy forward. Awkward for centre halves. Harrison Dalglish, Will Smallbone was excellent, very nippy in the tackle today. Jesus, he was nicking the football in midfield, I'd say, half a dozen times. Underrated. David H, excellent performance against a very good Senegalese side. Take a lot of confidence from that. Darren on Hartnett, watching from work. Great to hear you, lads, as always. Thanks for the courage. Always look forward to it, legends. Thank you, Darren. Good man. Nick, Will Smallbone was like a bald N'Golo Conte. He was everywhere. Tony in LA thought it was a little obnoxious to Senegal score, picking up the ball and running to kick off. It's a fucking friendly. Yeah, I agree. William Nevin, John Joe and Killian against Luxembourg. I think a full assessment can be made then. I want us to play the wing backs in this World Cup group.
That's what we will do. If you consider, like, I don't know, would you consider that wing backs what we do? Because you kind of look at the traditional way, just looking at the start 11 on paper, how it's lined out in paper. Or would you say we play with wing backs now?
I don't know. Well,
at least it's been proven though now that we can play with wing backs.
Yeah, if we can. Sorry, I'm just trying.
I think it shows if you have the right midfield and if you're set up properly. I did notice tonight we did try to take advantage of set pieces. It seemed like there was a lot of work put into set pieces. Even our goal did come from a set piece, but it was kind of like
looked more drilled.
They looked more drilled. There was a lot of set pieces that hit the first man from Robbie Rady and Smallbone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just want to. Did you notice after 5 minutes we got a throw in down here? Matt Doherty ran the whole way over to take a long throw in, and he took a short throw in.
Shithousery. You gotta love it. No, I like it. We're getting.
No, I didn't like that though.
No, we're getting cute.
No, but there was no. It was like everyone was in the box for long throwing.
Harrison Dalglish, I hope Hungary are watching. Forget being hungry. They'll be left with a nasty tummy ache after that.
Hungary are playing tonight, so probably not Harrison.
No. Dean Flood, disappointed concede was still positives, and the team is trying to get better and get results for either that be wins or draws. Harrison Dalglish, that was dirty from the Senegal players at the end. They were trying to block Kelleher's views. It's bloody friendly, lads. I won't say what he said.
In fairness, they are trying to prepare for more bigger games in the future, so you don't blame them for trying that.
England and all. William Nevin, this group will be all about goals and how many are scored. No fear. Fear is our only enemy. Spot on, Dennis.
What did Dennis say?
I don't know.
Was there a comment by Dennis?
They probably far back. Ryan McDonald, Ida put in a proper shift, so he did. And you have lads in the saying he doesn't care. Cork lads are saving.
Rory is from Cork, and he goes with buys at the end of stuff. Yeah.
Azaz and Moran in the 210s, and we're cooking. Tony in LA, just that comment made. I personally thought the midfield benefited by Cullen's absence. I know he's been great serve, but seriously, he's fairly average. I would go with that. Daniel Brown, Andrew Moran, sorry. Shit. Great first half, though. Proper improvements. Daniel Brown. William Nevin, I think Heimer needs to be more positive. Ironically, his coaching team can encourage this. Ryan, I think we get Dennis Sirkin back. Obviously not looking likely. We have good depth, strength and depth in our position. Qualifiers.
Do you think that's the start of Robbie Brady picking up injuries again? If he's injured?
Yeah.
There's a kind of a worry, isn't it?
Well, you can't. He's 32 now, and he's always been injury prone. I mean, he's doing well, and he's a good player.
He did say in the pre-match press conference that he feels a lot better in his body at the moment, and he's learned things over the years to keep himself right. But you just don't want his body's given up to him on a lot over the years. You just hope there's not.
Happens without. It's the same thing with Seamus Coleman. Like, agree, Rory. Ida was fantastic. Our press wouldn't work without his running. Not at all. Martin Fitzpatrick, Kelleher is class. Yes, he is.
Some amount of contradiction from people in the comments tonight.
Very mixed, yeah. The set piece today were rubbish. Now, there's one thing that we have to discuss. HH will be fuming, I say. Amount of crosses, small ball and Brady put into the mixer that ended up in keeper's hands. No, I will say that, yeah. Yeah, it didn't beat. No, you're right there, Rory. They
tried a lot of things, but literally none of them worked off, bar the one for the goal, which didn't really work out the way they kind of probably had planned it. It just ended up coming in the box again.
Yeah. James Agnew, not a bad night's work, lads, especially in the first half. Casey off the mark. What was the start of Seagulls, though? They're still here. William Nevin, great pod, lads. Consistently tops. Well done, lads. Screw the haters. Thank you very much, William.
Thanks, William. Probably because Brendy's not on.
Yeah. Don't have many haters, though, do we? Well, I don't.
Harrison
Dalglish. Daniel, please leave Moran alone. He is not a winger. Perhaps he struggles to defend wide areas.
Like that positively, Harrison.
Good man. Noel McQuirk, thought Ireland were good, to be fair. Been to loads of friendlies over the years, and I was bored to death. That was a very watchable game. Keller with an unbelievable save in the first half.
If you just on point, if we compare this game here this year compared to the Hungary friendly we played here last year, there's night and day in the two differences in terms of even just entertainment value wise. And probably, I know we won that game last year, but it was a very rubbish. Tough watch at times.
It was rubbish. Nick Doherty played a lovely disguised pass in the first half. I wonder if Ronnie Stone was watching. It was lovely.
Yeah, it was class.
It was cheeky. Dan Mullen, we were robbed of the win. How Senegal's goal wasn't given offside is a miracle. Stevie Wonder would have seen that.
Well said, Dan.
William Nevin, we need some UAE born players, lads, in the future. Where are all the Aussies?
Why UAE? Oh, because of the fact that Irish people moved there, but has there been a single good UAE born player?
Yeah. Chris, 1RM. Brady possibly injury cause he came off after. Yeah, he kicked the ball in the touch. I think he was trying to tell them to, I could be getting that wrong, tell them to come on or to take him off. The double sub was because Robbie was looking to come off, says Dan Mullen. That was probably why he was a bit delayed. Harrison Dalglish, worth noting, during the game I couldn't help but think how Bernie Smolich would be in Manning's position, almost as if Heimer is just dropping Manning, putting him into stopgap for the system. Yeah, for the system.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that. RT should lose the rights for all sports in Ireland. Awful organisation, says William Nevin.
What happened now?
Don't know. RT already talking about topping the group.
No,
Relax, it says Winston.
The thing is, if you look back to, do you remember when we played Finland away? We had kind of a similar-ish formation. We had O'Shea, it was like O'Shea, Collins, Skias, back three.
Yeah.
Brady was like left wing back, Bennett was right wing back, and it was Cullen, Knight, and then it was Smodic as the left 10, Azaz as the right 10, and Ferguson up front.
Yeah.
So it does show he's not really necessarily just looking for a left-sided player. It's just because of the game it was. No. You trying to see if you got 3,000 followers yet?
No. Just have I? Actually,
I hope you're on like 2,900.
3,000 followers. Don't you fucking dare. You put that phone down. You put that phone down.
I won't. I'll wait 20 minutes.
Bastard. Come on, more of you. Follow me on Twitter. Now that's an Irish performance. Eagerly anticipating heading into the office on Monday. On Monday morning and booking off annual leave for next summer. There you go, Dr. Leon Foley. Good man. Barry Doyle. Keller needs to do a lot better on the goal. Shay Given and Diddy Haman building him up to be the next Gigi Buffon on RT. Cost us once and nearly twice tonight.
Nearly twice? I thought, do you not think his line of vision was cost, Barry?
Yeah, could have been offside. Alan, Senegal class showed in the second half. The manager must have told his players we were easy meat before the match. Nick, Ida led the press, you gobshites. The flood. Kind of expect to see Troy maybe still feeling the effects of his sickness.
He'll probably start on Tuesday.
Yeah, he'll definitely feature. I hope he does anyway.
Oh, he will, yeah. He's not going to not be used.
William Nevin, RT and the Irish Times need to be finished. Pointless publications.
Whoa.
Jesus, William, we're shutting the whole country down. What about?
He just works for the Irish Times.
Yeah, do you work for the Independent, William? Oh yeah, he works for the Irish Times. So actually, you're right, William. But they're implying. No, Ryan McDonald. What game did you watch? Must have spent the game in the Jacks. Ida was bossing it. Bays. Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, Rory. That's 1, 2, 3. Good display of Shea, more solid than Collins. Casey, Will, very good. Ida worked hard. Queeving, good. Manning is developing. Killian is an addition. Heimer is a good manager. Yeah, I think so. Rory McDonald must hate the Cork lads. I do not hate the Cork lads.
Yes, you do.
My grandfather was from Cork.
Yeah, but doesn't mean you don't hate the Cork footballers.
My grandfather was from Cork.
Because Gallagher left Liverpool, you're crying over that.
No, not at all. I love Kelleher. I was the one that was saying that he was a number one for ages, and I was like, no, geezer, it's Gavin Mizuno. Frankie Cullen, well, lads, enjoyed the game. The life for the Irish. Dan Byrne to get run out, full of snuzz here. On to next.
Full of snuzz here.
Don't know what that means.
Irish Dan Byrne, Jake O'Brien, I'm guessing, is it?
Yeah, why not? Nick, on the ball, yes, Ferguson is miles clear, but often Ida is better against Luxembourg and the likes. He definitely should start. Harrison Dalglish, there is a bottle of water behind you. Someone left it there. How hard is it just put your rubbish in the bin? His face is on camera too.
Who was sitting beside us?
I don't know. They're Irish anyway.
Or David at home.
Well, any souvenir from the game. Alan has Knight and Malumbi ever been seen together, but I think they are the same guy. Small bone in a two-man midfield is a different player. Yeah, we look so much better in a two-man midfield. So
much better, deeper than he is playing as a number 10.
In the pivot role.
Will Malumbi ever get back in the Ireland team again?
He'd be struggling. Dean Flood. I do still think Ryan Manning isn't the long-term solution, obviously. No, I think it was a stopgap. I think he just wants to see how the system works. Jason Kennedy with Jerry in the picture there. How damaging do you think it would be if Ireland lost again to Luxembourg? He's born in Luxembourg, by the way.
Jason?
He is, yeah.
Is he a Luxembourg fan or is he just...
No, he's Ireland. He's more Irish than me, but it's mad. He speaks French. But no, he I know what you're doing there, Jason.
It would be very damaging. In fairness.
It would be damaging, but if he went out an experimental side and got a draw, or whatever, it's an experimental team. But I think we'll win 2-0. Nick, 4-4-2 out of possession, 3-4-2-1 in possession should be norm now. It worked brilliantly tonight. Yeah, I thought it was very good. By the way, a big shout out to Jason, Neve, and Amy, and Jerry, of course, in the picture, by the way. Very kindly looking after me when I stay. Always look after me when I stay in Ireland. Harrison Dalglish, that position belongs to Smodic. You can see it by watching closely. Yeah, go with that, Harrison. Manning is world class at passing to the opposition when he gets in the box. Christo G420, Killian Phillips, Ireland legend. Okay. Winston Morrison going to write about Heimer ball in Matt's paper to Lobos football. Well, if you are doing your leaving certs,
best luck, Winston.
Best luck to you, Winston, if you are. Good performance, pressed well, energetic, says Graham Tucker. Aggressive, played for each other, a team on the right. Yeah, they did. They were aggressive and they were backing each other up. At last, a manager with some tactical awareness. Darrell O'Grady, I would, yeah. Alex, where's Jack O'Connor's tactical breakdown?
Where's Jack O'Connor?
Where is Jack O'Connor?
Where's Rolling Stone?
He must have been in the game. He must have been here. Anyway.
Where's Celtic Symphony?
Yes.
Where is everyone?
Where's everybody? Well, we are here now. However, we will be in Luxembourg. We're flying over on Sunday. If you see us around the place, do say hello. You might see me limping.
I'd laugh if you were going around on an electric wheelchair. Be class crack.
I'd be great crack.
I wouldn't be going near you.
Yeah, you would. I'd stick the camera to the wheelchair.
You're getting on the plane on a Sunday morning. Everyone, why is it being delayed? You just see you rolling up in your wheelchair. The wheelchair lift you. And everyone said, that's that prick from YouTube.
That's that wanker from Lansdowne ROAR. Anyway, right, listen, we're going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much. 1,200 of you watching a very short episode, 45 minutes. Game of 2 halves. Well, this is 1 half. Yep. Anyway, the second half will be in Luxembourg. You are going to do something with Martin tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll be a video tomorrow. Myself and Mr. Prendergast. I'd imagine it'll be up tomorrow. I don't know. It probably depends what time we record up. But no, I'd say it'll probably be up tomorrow evening. Myself and Mr. Prendergast will be reflecting on today's game.
They will be reflecting. I will be visiting family in the Midlands. Not Birmingham.
What do you think of the Midlands in England?
Well, I've lived there for 14 years. So the 2 lads will be on tomorrow. Martin will be giving his thoughts on the game. So if you're having trouble sleeping, perfect ASMR there. Give Brendan a listen, you bollocks, if you're watching.
He's not listening.
He's not. And where's his comment?
Yeah, he usually does put a comment.
Do you know what? He's just jealous. He's just jealous of getting all the attention. David Rowan, thought Ireland were very good. Unlucky not to close it out, but Senegal showed their quality. They did indeed. And now that is it. We're going to leave it there. Guys, thank you so much. This is 1 half of the course. We will be back in Luxembourg. We will do a preview at some stage.
On Monday.
On Monday?
Yeah. Monday.
Oh, yeah, because we're flying out Sunday. On Monday. Anyway, I'm David Dunn. He is Conor McAvoy. This is Lansdowne ROAR, the voice of the fans. Subscribe. Oh, yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel, please, if you haven't already. You are lovely, lovely people out there. Thank you so much for your support. It does mean everything. We'd be nothing without you. And we really appreciate all the love and support. Anyway, check the lads out tomorrow. Keep an eye on the social media pages. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Head over to our Facebook, Instagram, and our Twitter. And head over to lansdowneroad.ie and Rep Tracker as well over on Twitter. Anyway, that's me. David Dunn, Conor McAvoy. That's me. We're out of here. Good night. God bless. Safe home. And you forgot to put the fucking music on that.